Hi everyone, I'm Rosie and this is Flying Flusky.
And we can ride, you and me together. And we can ride, you and me forever.
If you're new here, I'm Rosie. I'm one half of travel couple Flying Flusky. I am 2 weeks into taking a medication called Mounjaro. It's allowed for weight loss here in the UK. In the US, Mounjaro is just for diabetes, and its weight loss approved name is Zepbound. The main ingredient is something called tirzepatide, and that is the magic elixir. I had a BMI of 35, which is about halfway up the obese scale, and had a few clarifying moments, let's call them that. Bought some Mounjaro on a Sunday evening, and despite being terrified of what it might do and terrified of needles, we're going with it. So we're 2 weeks into this experiment of one, and so far it really hasn't been bad at all. I have had a bit of dry mouth, so I am absolutely glugging water all day, here and at work, and trying to have electrolytes and make sure I've got enough salt as well, because apparently that can do it. I did have one day that I felt absolutely wiped out after my second injection, and we were sightseeing in Glasgow, so that wasn't ideal. But on the flip side, I was out and about. There was nothing I could do about it, so I was just getting on. So yeah, I've had it pretty easy, I think. So let's do a rundown of how the weeks went. Week one, I had seen a lot of people talking about how it gave them a nice clear mind, how the food noise stopped. So I woke up, I took my injection on the Thursday night, woke up expecting, I don't know, some sort of Zen-like state, but obviously that's not very realistic, and I was just living life as normal. The only thing that changed for me that was immediate was I didn't buy any snacks. I didn't buy any snacks for the entire week. I don't know if it's the Mounjaro or if it's like the first hurrah of a diet willpower thing. So I'm really interested to see kind of if I have to fight that desire at any point. So far, so good. At the end of week one, on the last day, my parents came over and I said, do you mind if we test if I can drink alcohol? Because I'd heard things that some people can't drink at all. Some people can drink and drink and drink and they don't get drunk because of the slow emptying tummy. And some people get drunk way faster than they used to. So I was like, okay, I'm going to a wedding on the Saturday. I really need to test where I'm at so that I don't make a fool of myself in public. They came over, we had some glasses of wine and it was absolutely fine. So I was like, okay, I can drink on this. This is nice to know. The first week was kind of just normal life, going to work, being at home, nothing exciting was going on. Then week two, I am amazed to say I managed to give myself the injection. Like, it took me a long time to build up to it. I did it on camera, not the actual injection, but the prep and everything, because I thought that would kind of trick myself and peer pressure myself into doing it. Morning. Hello from the end of week one. I've just done my last weekly weigh-in. I have been weighing every day because I really like to have like an average over the week, so that if I do have a weigh day that's a bit disappointing, I can look at an average and I don't find it discouraging. It's injectee day. I'm going to try and be brave and do it by myself because Carl is asleep. I don't want to wake him up and then be like, hey, can you wield this tiny needle at me, please? I've written myself some instructions because I find it slightly easier than trying to follow some tiny print because I'm very blind. And I am using my phone to listen to some rousing music to help me build up the courage to use a needle on my own leg. God, even just saying it made me nervous. Woo, okay. Breathe. Oh, I'm shaking. I am Moana. And then run away because you're scared. Teeny tiny little. It's okay. It's a teeny tiny little. Rousing. Give it a few taps. This always feels very professional, doesn't it? And then we're going to press the plunger and count. Ooh, that was like a quid's worth. And you just jab yourself. The easy bit. Here we go. I'm going to see if I can be a big, brave girl. So they say, just put it on your skin. Just put it on your skin. Okay, just put it on your skin. Oh my God, I'm still shaking really badly. I did it. I did it. I'm really proud. So as you can see, it wasn't smooth sailing, but I did it, and I'm very proud of myself. I did it in my thigh because I thought that kind of, I don't know, the gravity of it would help me do it. It's weird logic, but when you're scared of a thing, there's nothing illogical. I still have a bruise on my thigh, even though it was just over a week ago now. So maybe I did it badly. I'm not sure. Yep, still got a bruise. I took the injection on the Thursday morning because that evening we were flying up to Glasgow for a wedding. So this was going to be kind of the big test of how I was going to be feeling in kind of social situations, social dining, social eating, social dining, social drinking. We flew up to Glasgow, didn't do anything the first night, we just crashed out, it was late. The next day we were out and sightseeing, and as I said, I felt rough. So I'm here in Glasgow. We just went for brunch, and I got scrambled eggs on toast, which was like the most basic thing you could get. And about 4 bites into my scrambled egg, I suddenly understood what the lady meant when she said it's like eating when you've already eaten. Because I don't know, I was probably hungry and I knew I should eat it, but I was like, not really bothered. I'm hoping that because I had scrambled eggs and toast, I'm going to be able to eat dinner, but we'll find out. My arms and legs were feeling really heavy, and I was getting a headache that was coming and going. So being in an art museum just felt like a drag. But I did perk up towards the afternoon, presumably as my body kind of adjusted to what was going on. So that was good. One thing I did have was I had hiccups periodically throughout the day. And I was like, is this a Mounjaro thing? So I Googled it. Some people on Reddit did say they get hiccups. I haven't had any since. So I don't know if it was just that particular day and I'm equating things to the medication that I shouldn't be. We went for a couple of cocktails that night, which obviously are quite sugary, but it was the coolest place. What was it called? Daddy's Marmalade. And their cocktails were great. And I could have had mocktails, but you know what? Probably equally sugary. So I was like, why not? And then we went for dinner at a pizza place. And I wasn't super hungry. So Carl had a big pizza and I had a burrata salad and swapped him some burrata for a slice of pizza, which I thought was an excellent trade. But I ate my fill and it was all good. When trying to decide where to eat, I couldn't pick a place at all, which is very unusual for me. So maybe that's something to do with kind of not being super hungry or the food noise shutting up. If it was normal times, I'd have planned out a whole food tour. Carl was talking about fish and chips. We were just going through menu after menu after menu looking for something that wasn't fried and would be okay, but didn't find anything. So that's when we ended up at the pizza place. Then on the wedding day, I set myself a little challenge. Like, obviously, I knew I would be able to drink, so Prosecco wasn't going to be a problem, so I indulged in that. But when they were handing around canapes, I said, I'm only going to eat as many as, like, that person, because they have a nice figure, and I would like a nice figure, and I'm trying to relearn how to eat like a normal person. So I was, like, clocking them to see when they took a canapé, and I matched them. Which sounds weird and creepy, but normally I would have just taken every single one that came out of the kitchen, and we were stood right next to the kitchen. We were in prime position. So I thought, this is a fun little game to train myself. Then when dinner came, I knew I wasn't going to be able to eat all of it. So, because it was a 3-course meal and it was all delicious and rich and divine. I've got the menu here. The first course was haggis bonbons and some dauphinoise potatoes. So I had both my haggis bonbons because I love haggis and it's not something you get all the time. And then maybe like a fifth of the potato dauphinoise. Then the next course came and I had monkfish wrapped in prosciutto, kale, another kind of crispy potato cake thing. I've heard that you have to concentrate on eating protein on this diet. Is it a diet? On this journey. So I ate all of the monkfish and the kale, and then, yeah, just had like a bite of the potatoes. I felt really bad sending food back or just not finishing my plate. Whereas in a restaurant, they might ask you, oh, was there something wrong with the food? Here, they didn't care. It's event catering, so they're just banging through them. Then for dessert, there was a raspberry and white chocolate cheesecake with raspberry sorbet on the side. And I had about half of the cheesecake. It was probably this big for scale. It was very, very light. So I had my half and then donated the rest to whoever was mopping up desserts. So it was really good. I didn't feel gross afterwards, which is encouraging. I'd had a few extra drinks at the table, and then I think we bought 2 more drinks maybe throughout the night. So it was kind of average wedding drink consumption. I did start to feel a bit sick at the end of the night, and my dry mouth went crazy. So I don't know if that was sugar, if that was that I was dancing too hard doing the gay Gordons. I mean, I was glugging water, absolutely glugging water. So I don't think it was dehydration. But again, it could be that it was just water, it didn't have electrolytes. I don't know enough. Then on the flight home, unexpectedly, they brought down a bar trolley, which was a nice surprise. So I said, oh, I'll keep my drinks for later. A little can of Zero Coke and a little bottle of vodka. So I took that off the plane with me. But then they came with wine, which was already in a cup. So I had that, even though I'd already said, like, not drinking for a while now, because it was a lot. It was a lot. But yeah, had it because I didn't want to waste it. Maybe I'm still in that mindset. So honestly, I thought that all of that booze and like delicious, rich food was really gonna stop me losing any weight this week. But it's been pretty good. So let's do the weigh-in, the update that you're all here for. In week 1, they say you're going to lose about 5 pounds of water weight. It's kind of water and body junk, right? And I did. I lost that plus an extra 3 pounds. So in the first week, I lost 8 pounds, which is bonkers. Like I've always lost well on the first week of a diet, but that's usually maybe 6 pounds. So this was okay, this might be a different thing. And then in week 2, I lost another 2 pounds. That for me is insane considering how much I indulged in the Prosecco and the cocktails and whatnot over the weekends. So over the moon. I have lost 10 pounds. Those of you that are savvy will know that already. So that means I weighed in at 169 pounds, 12 stone 1. We're getting perilously close to losing that 12 at the beginning of the weight. That's kind of like when you tip a 10-pound marker in the States, but it's 14 pounds to the stone. So it's like an extra boost. So I am exultant. Yes, I'm really excited about how this is working. I'm really glad that I started. I'm sorry that I spent a lot of the last video talking about reasons why I didn't think it was going to work for me. I think I was kind of minimizing it just in case it all went Pete-tong and I didn't lose anything. And someone noticed. So let's go to the comments and I will try and answer the question. Marie Farah asked, you spent a lot of time Let me read it. Why did you want to take it? I heard a list of why you shouldn't take it or won't stay on it. Coffee, travel, side effects. Not sure I heard a list of why you want to take it. Fair. Very fair. There are two reasons that I decided that Mounjaro was the way to go. The first is it seemed to be the first kind of weight loss medical intervention that I'd heard of since being an adult that I could get behind. So I don't know if you remember like Orlistat or Ally. It was these pills that you could take that would suck the fat out of your food and then you'd poop it out. And that led to people having like leaky bums. And I thought, that is not a risk I am willing to take. I find medicine fascinating. Like I listened to a podcast called This Podcast Will Kill You, and it talks about disease and what it does to your body and how they found ways to cure it or not. So I'm excited to kind of, well, it's not really the forefront anymore, is it? We're at least 2 years down the line for a lot of people. I'm excited to be in this wave of medical innovation. The second reason is that I had a few wobbly moments, let's say. So I knew I was putting on weight. I knew I was being silly around food. But over the last kind of 6 months, there have been moments which have horrified me about what I'm doing. So there was a day where I bought a bunch of food from the shops. It was probably like, I don't know, it was a few meals worth of food. And I ate it all in a day to the point where I was sick. That was a real eye-opener. I was aware that I was going around shops and picking up about 3,000 calories worth of stuff and demolishing it all on that day. But I was kind of turning a blind eye to it because it was not in meal times. So the actual meals that we eat aren't too bad. But eating a packet of cheese, a packet of pepperoni, a packet of squashies, 3 chocolate bars, like this was not super unusual for me. But it was kind of weird, like I was hiding it from myself. And I thought that that's maybe what Mounjaro could help with, because if I'd heard that it turns off this food noise, and if I can just exist in the world and eat meals at mealtime and not start every break thinking about what I can buy to eat, not going past a shop, like if I need to go into Sainsbury's, just buying the things that I need and not wondering what I'm going to eat on the way home from Sainsbury's, you know? And it seems to be doing exactly that. I went into the shops to buy one specific food item. I bought it and nothing else. Like, it sounds stupid, but I haven't done that for years. And I suppose, yeah, 5 years, 5 dress sizes, 5 stone. I didn't trust my willpower anymore by myself. So anything that would help with that, I thought was a good plan. If you have any questions for me about my journey or GLP-1s in general, I will endeavour to answer them in the next one. So please put them in the comments because I really want to know what you want to know. Moving forward, I think we're doing okay on the food stuff. Like I'm eating a good meal. I'm trying to get protein in, but my God, that's difficult. I might actually have to go down like the protein powder route in the future. I'm going to figure this out as we go. I'm going to set some goals for week 3 and 4. We are doing our couch to 10K still, slowly, because we haven't really found times that we can run at the same time, because obviously we were away over the weekend. But so to keep doing that, and then to add in my own exercise as I can. There is a YouTube creator called MK Fit who does kind of HIIT training, high intensity interval training, because she does it to cheesy pop, musical theatre, like all the stuff I love, rather than just generic house music, which I cannot stay motivated on. So I'm going to try and do some more of her workouts and just a little bit of, push-ups, sit-ups, generic stuff that I can do by myself. So that's the plan, is to get some more of that in, and I will let you know if I've managed that in the next video in 2 weeks. I did originally say I was going to do monthly videos, but I just feel like I have too much that I want to say. So let me know if 2 weekly, fortnightly, bi-weekly videos are okay, or if you want to hear more or less. Finally, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched this video. I really appreciate you coming along on this with me. I'd love to hear your stories. Let me know how it's going for you, if you're on Mounjaro or Zepbound or the semi-glutide kids, the Ozempic, the Wegovy. How's your weight loss journey going? I would love to hear. If you've enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. We are normally a travel channel, but I am going to be posting about this, as I said, every 2 weeks or so. So if you want to stay updated with my journey, then hit that subscribe button. Ding the bell. Maybe like the video. Whatever you're up to, keep up the good work. Bye.
I see a light, and we can